Yeah, good morning, family. I hope you're doing well wherever you are, whatever you're doing. I pray and hope the Almighty God is watching over you and your families. Yeah, so this morning I've titled my presentation as Should Africans basically stay in their countries and fix it? Okay. Should they stay in their countries and fix it? Okay. So I'd say the last 60 to 70 years or so thereabout, there's been a wave of migration across the globe, and primarily it's been migration from the global south to the global north. Okay, so the global south being mainly African countries to the Western world. Okay, but usually you can also get migration within countries where people immigrate from, say, the hinterlands to the urban areas, the capitals, the more prosperous parts of a nation, yeah, where young graduates will more than likely have better prospects in terms of, career, you know, related jobs and things like that, yeah. Yeah, but, you know, for the purposes of the discussion, we're talking about migration, some legal, some illegal, I don't think it's ever been this bad where you see people actually embarking on perilous journeys, risking their lives on boats. I think they travel usually overland first to Libya, and then, they live in appalling conditions over there, and then eventually, this migrant boat operators who then transport them into, I think it's Northern Europe, Italy, someplace like that, yeah, or Spain, yeah. And the boats on which these people are carried is very, very bad. It's unseaworthy, and yeah, sometimes, unfortunately, some of them lose their lives. Yeah, and it begs the question, that are the countries that, because I'm Ghanaian and African, obviously, are the countries that we come from this bad to the extent that we'll be prepared to risk our lives? Okay, traveling overland. Okay, from the various countries to get to Libya and then risk our lives even further by going on these rickety boats to get to Italy, Spain, and Greece and the likes. Yeah, yeah. It just is hard to understand, and I fully empathize with the plight of the people involved, because if our leaders had managed the African countries the way they ought to, the countries will be good. The countries, will be able to provide the basic needs of life, okay? Healthcare, education, accommodation, and so on and so forth. Job and business prospects where people can then have something, close to the semblance of normality by way of a life. Yeah, so it's sad and it's unfortunate, but I also feel that on the downside, you would get like people who will be, say, middle class, working professionals who would leave as well. And should they be leaving, all seeking greener pastures? So basically, what it means is that, the various African countries suffer by way of a brain drain. Okay. So if we're all leaving, okay, then who's going to stay and fix the countries? Okay. If we're leaving in droves, then who is going to stay and fix the countries? Okay. And if some people who were educated, uh, in their African countries. Um, the expectation is that, say, if it's healthcare, if it's education, whatever the field of study, that you would then give back to the society, because those institutions that you know you acquired your skills from, okay, came from the country, your country of origin. But then once you leave and seeking greener pastures, then it's the Western nations that derive the benefits from it. Okay. And I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's just. Okay. I feel that overwhelming these countries in the Western world, it's unfair and unjust, because then we create structural stress, in the Western world in terms of the provision of services, schools, healthcare, housing, and so on and so forth. I think it's high time we started to think seriously about staying in our countries and fixing those countries, okay, for the betterment of all. You know, abandoning ship and going somewhere else, or abandoning the countries, and I don't think that is the most prudent option. Okay, and if you take countries like South Africa has bore the brunt of this illegal immigration. I don't think it's fair that all sub-Saharan African countries just, majority of the people that want to travel just go to South Africa as well. And South Africa has become so overwhelmed in a way that it's brought about a lot of tension and conflict between the locals and the immigrants. Okay. So Africans, I think it's high time you stay in your countries and fix it. Okay. The answer is not always leaving and, just thinking about yourself and saying that I'm going to go somewhere else and better my life. Let's make a concerted effort to stay in our countries and fix it. Let's make a concerted effort to return to our countries and help fix it, okay? And try and bring it up to the standards that we would like. Let's look at Singapore, where they were, and look at where they are today. Let's look at the United Arab Emirates and where they were and where they are today. It took years and years of hard work, dedication, and commitment for them to get to where they are today. Africans, on the other hand, we just want to leave and, go and overwhelm other people. Okay? And then there's a lot of tension, everywhere, especially across Europe, where, you know, the locals are very unhappy because of the levels of, immigration, especially illegal immigration, because it's putting too much pressure, you know, on the system. The South Africans are very disgruntled with Africans because, we're going there in huge numbers. And I don't think that's fair. That's not right. Let's stay in our countries and fix it, okay? Nobody's going to fix it. The people who remain, okay, must also, especially those in leadership, must go out of their way to fix the countries. Those who are elected into public offices must make a concerted effort to deliver, okay? And that would in turn avoid all these, you know, huge numbers of people leaving, seeking greener pastures in other countries, okay? There is no place like home, okay? And even if, yes, people are going to travel, yes, I understand. There will be immigration because you find pockets of groups of people, in every country, where they don't originally hail from the country, but not in such numbers. Africans just, have overwhelmed, or shall I say sub-Saharan Africans, they've overwhelmed countries in a way that I don't think that's fair on those countries. Let's stay and fix our countries. Okay, nobody's going to fix it for us. Okay, we need to stem the tide of illegal immigration and the risk that people are taking to leave the countries is just embarking on this perilous journeys. It's not fair and it's not right. Okay, we owe ourselves a duty of care not to put ourselves in those situations. We owe ourselves a duty of care to stay in our countries and fix it. And I think that one of the most important things we can do is to make sure that we elect the right leaders, leaders with a transformational mindset that would bring about the change that we so desire, and which will also add the value that we want to be added to our lives. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to end this vlog here, and I hope this resonates with someone, and I hope that it'll give us something to ponder and reflect on. I hope that it would, or I pray and hope that we will see the change that we require in our various sub-Saharan African countries, and that the quality of lives in the countries that we hail from will improve substantially, and that the tide of illegal immigration in huge numbers across the boats, across the waters, in rickety boats will stop. And then the perilous journeys that people embark on overland to Libya and all that will also stop. Okay. All right. Anyway, God bless you all. God keep you. God protect you. Once again, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, please like and share this video and subscribe if you haven't. Yeah, so please like and share this video and subscribe if you haven't. Let's help grow this channel, get it to a good subscription. I really appreciate it. Okay, thank you and bye for now.